All right, all right. Hey, everybody. Good evening. Happy Money Making Monday. Hopefully, you all celebrated, Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday and had some time to reflect on how you're going to proceed in 2025 and how you're going to contribute to living up to the dream that MLK Jr. had for all of us here in the great United States. And I know y'all know inauguration happened today as well. So now it is officially President Trump back in office for a second time. And so we're going to cover a couple of things today because some of those things that were stated today during President Trump's inaugural address is going to impact us as traders. And those of us that invest as well, you all should know that that's going to that's going to impact us as investors. So everything that is said from our president and Congress, things that are done by the SEC, CFTC, just economic events in general, more than likely will impact us. So let's get ready for this session, y'all. Unfortunately, today, I don't know what's going on with my computer. This is a brand new computer. I didn't have issues with my camera before, but for whatever reason, with this particular computer, I keep having issues with my camera coming on. I don't know why, and that's pretty annoying. But we're gonna push through because I said I was gonna be here today, so I'm here. So if you can hear my voice just fine, please let me know. Type "I hear you" in the chat for those of you that are watching this live. If you're watching the replay, then that means that the voice was the audio was working just fine, not the voice. The audio was working just fine. Okay, that will mean that's why you're watching the replay. So yeah, if you are hearing me just fine in the chat, let me know by saying "I hear you," Leona. Type "I hear you" in the chat, real quick for me. Now, look, we're gonna go move forward, but before we do that and go into disclaimers and all that good stuff, I want to make sure everybody is repping where they're from. Put your city, put your state, put your country if you want to. Put that in the chat, or if you're watching replay, you can put it in the comments. The next thing I'm going to ask you all to do is make sure that you like this video. For those of you on Facebook, YouTube, please hit the thumbs up first. Okay, hit the thumbs up first, and then you can heart and all of that, as well as comment as we go through this particular analysis today, because this is the presidential inauguration edition. Right? And as we go through this, if you're like, yep, you know what, this is really helping me, I know it'll help such and such, feel free to share it with that person or those people, because remember, y'all, sharing is caring. We don't want to hold information to ourselves. A lot of us have went through a lot, lost some money, and we want to prevent other people from losing the same amount, if not more, than what we have lost in these markets. So please make sure that you share, because again, sharing is caring. Okay, so we got all of that part out the way. Again, y'all, forgive me. My computer is having the issue with this camera. I don't know what's going on, but we'll figure it out eventually. Okay, God willing, we'll be able to get this to where it's not constantly doing this. So let's get into the disclaimer, y'all. Remember that trading and investing in any market can contain substantial risk and is not suited for every individual. Every trader and investor learns and performs differently, thus the results will not all be the same. There is a potential for a trader and investor to lose all or more than their initial investment due to numerous factors. Therefore, it is suggested that each trader and investor only invest money that can be lost without jeopardizing their financial security and or lifestyle. Remember, y'all, I am not a financial advisor, nor am I a licensed trader. I do not work with or for the CFTC here in the United States. I do not work for any entity, okay, at all. I am the founder of Prosperity Cause. It is my company, and that is what I am doing today, is just sharing information that has worked for me and things that have not worked for me. But I'm also sharing information for educational purposes only, for you as a viewer to make sure you do your own research, y'all. You should have a starting point when getting on these sessions, or for my people who have a little more experience, this is kind of like a confirmation for you. Okay. More than likely, you're going to say, yep, I do that. Yep, I do that. Nope, I don't do that, but that's not for me, etc., etc. Okay. Remember, all traders and investors, they utilize strategies discussed, services, and products shown on this channel will do so at their own risk, y'all. And past profits do not guarantee future results. Again, this information is being provided for educational purposes only. I am not telling anyone what they will or what they must do. I am telling you what I have done, what I may do, okay, and the things that have not worked for me, but also the things that have worked for me, to help you make an informed decision on how you want to move forward in the foreign exchange market and or cryptocurrency market if you trade in the crypto market. Okay. So let's get to it. Right. Last week, we were able to look at three things out of our four that we normally, well, that I said I would like to stay focused on this year. We also did a bonus one, so I'm gonna show y'all the bonus one as well here in a second. So gold and SPX500, both of those hit multiple profit areas that we established. They actually surpassed all of them. I messed up because I started marking up gold the other day, and I was like, oh man, I was supposed to leave it alone so that way I could show you guys what we were looking like. I was supposed to leave it alone, but I did. I messed with it, so it's gonna look just a little bit different. Two of the lines, the day high and low, were moved, and then I was like, well, I could still identify my areas and whatnot for gold. So, but I'll show y'all that. I'm gonna do that here in a second. USD JPY, that was another one that we looked at. That's part of our list, our trading watch list, our trading watch list for 2025. And that one actually hit the stop loss. I'm gonna show you why, or it didn't go in the direction that I put it for. Yeah, so I put it in there for a buy, and it did buy, but it turned around and so I'm gonna show y'all that here in a second, okay? But just to start off 2025, we're 2-1. Okay, I did not add the bonus one because that's not on our list, but I may end up adding them moving forward. Okay, so let me show you guys what I'm talking about when I was saying that USDJPY did X, Y, and Z. Okay, so I need to share my screen. Oops, my bad. Again, y'all, forgive me. My computer is it's new, but it's having some problems. I don't know what's going on, with my camera. It keeps doing that. It's the HP, so I don't know. I'm kind of annoyed with HP, but it's all good. So anyway, so let's get to it. I'm going to share my screen, and then we should be good to go. Okay, so we should be good to go. Hopefully you guys can see my screen. Give it a second because I know there is a delay. Okay, so let's get into it. So I'm supposed to be showing y'all USDJPY. I want to show y'all that one first because I have no problem with showing when stuff didn't go in the direction that I was anticipating, because we're not going to win every single trade, y'all, just to be honest. Okay, so here's what I had. I'm going to remove this because I was looking at the 15-minute, but it didn't even go there either. Okay, so here's what we had. This was last week, right? This is the time that we were looking at it and marking it up. Okay, and so actually, no, I had already started, and then I showed you guys what I was looking for. So anyway, so what I said last week was I was anticipating, if the US dollar remains strong at the time, for it to push up. Now, here's the reason why I had this as a take profit point from here, because depending on where it was going to be, I trade looking for, at a minimum, a risk to reward of a 1 to 2. I do not trade. I do not trade. Why is it not showing my entire thing? My bad, y'all. It's supposed to be doing the entire thing, and it didn't do it. Oh, I guess I didn't play all. That's why. Okay. So anyway, So yeah, so this area was supposed to be our risk to reward of 1 to 2. That's what I was looking for. Okay. When I trade, especially when I trade on a 1 hour, that's what I'm aiming for, a minimum of 1 to 2. But I'm grateful, definitely grateful for when I'm able to get 1 to 3, 1 to 4, so on and so forth. Right. Okay. It did start, it went up. Let's see. Once it broke this and closed above here, it went up. It went up 52 pips, you know. So, but here's the thing: that's not a 1 to 2. That's almost a 1 to 1. So had it continued to go up, then yes, I could have secured some profit. But that wasn't the case. So it ended up turning around and going down. And so that's the reason why I was like, oh, okay, well, you know what? I just marked that down as a loss because the movement was there, but the buyers just couldn't keep the momentum. And so the sellers took over, right? Now let me show y'all go what I mean by when I moved it. And I was like, I forgot. Okay, so this was our break and close area that we were looking for. It did break and close above it, and then it confirmed it, right? And this is 1, 2, and then I want to say the day high at the time was either, I think it was either in here or right below this, one of the two. I believe it was, up here. But anyway, so I ended up moving it after the fact, and I forgot that I wanted to leave my markup the way it was when I marked it for you guys on Monday, because I can always move around it, you know. And so, anyway, as you can see, price did push up through and past all of our established areas. It even blew through the supply zone that's right here. That's these two red dash lines right here. It went up and then came back down, and it played in it for a minute. And now, of course, you know, today it's looking like it wants to surpass the previous month high. It just hasn't quite done it yet. So we're going to update this one tonight. And then also we did SPX500 on here. And then I'm going to show y'all the bonus one, okay? So SPX500 is what we did. So as you can see, it did come down, but this was my breaking close for the sale. It didn't cross that, so no need to look at it for a sale. It came in, of course, we got a bit of consolidation here, and then it broke and closed above this area that we have identified for our buy. It went straight through take profit 3 and blew through the supply zone as well. And it even this week, it even went up above our week high, previous week high. You know, that was from last week marked up, but it went through that as well. Okay. And now it's, you know, attempting to come back up. So yeah, so that's SPX 500. So US 30 was the one asked for by the audience. So I appreciate y'all for that. So I'm gonna show y'all what ended up happening. So US 30, when we marked it up on last week, US 30 did push down eventually. And it did hit one of our profit areas. But again, I told y'all that when you're looking at this, make sure that it's giving you the risk to reward that you want. Okay. So everybody trades differently. Not everybody trades. Actually, I don't really know too many people that trade. Personally, know too many people that trade US 30 on the 1 hour. I know more people that do the 15-minute and, of course, the 1 and the 5-minute. Okay. But nonetheless, you do what you do, whatever you're comfortable with, what your strategy tells you to do. So I just wanted you all to see that US 30 did surpass all of our profit areas that we had marked here. It went through the supply zone as well, these two red dash lines. It went through that as well. And then, of course, this week and on Friday, of course, this week, it just continues to go up. Okay, so this is a bonus. All right, so if I were to count the bonus, then it would have been 3 and 1. But again, I didn't count it because it was just me, you know, saying, hey, look, this is what I was looking at with US 30 because I was asked to show that. Okay, so that's what I did. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing because I did the replay, right? I did the replay, so that way now you guys all see why some of these things played out the way that they played out that we marked up last week. Okay, so right now for January, we're 2-1. Okay, the US 30 trade analysis was just a bonus because of the request from the audience. All right, so let's get into some Forex news. Y'all know that the inauguration was today for President Trump, now back in office for a second term. And a few things that he said, I know some of us, may listen and may not listen, and you may have your reason for listening or your reason for not listening. But I'm going to tell you now, if you are an investor, if you are a trader, no matter what your views may be on this president, every single president, you need to listen to what they're saying, what they're proposing, how what they're proposing could potentially impact the economy. All of that plays a part in how much money you could potentially make in these markets. Okay. So I need y'all, if you are a person who may not be a fan of the president, I need you to get out your feelings and I need you to get into your bag. Okay. And work through some of that stuff so that way you can stay focused on the task at hand. And that's learning what is potentially going to be put in play that could potentially impact your pockets. Okay, so let's focus on that. So a few key takeaways that I got from the inauguration today. Is that one, the dollar strength is going to probably fluctuate a bit heavy here, especially in the first quarter, due to market concerns. Like, people are really concerned about the impact of the potential tariffs, and how that's going to impact our economy and international trade relations. So listen, y'all, he was talking about Mexico again today, and talking about China again today in his address. And I'm telling y'all, this is not the time to sit here and be like, I don't want to listen to it, and I need you to focus, because these potential tariffs and the laws that's being put in place and whatnot, with the border and everything, talking about turning the Gulf of Mexico into the Gulf of the United States and taking back the Panama Canal. All of these things, y'all, is going to impact the economy. We need to know when these things are taken into place, how they're going to put them in place, and this way we can prepare accordingly in the market. Okay. The second thing was, he was talking about a declaration of a national energy emergency, and he just wants to pretty much boost U.S. oil and gas production. Now, here's the thing, though. With that, this may indirectly impact other currencies that we typically trade. So I need you all to continue to keep these things in mind, because even as he was talking today, I don't know if I want to say it was the pound, GBP USD, that saw massive gains. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pull this up real quick, and then I'm just going to show you, because the address was at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? So I'm going to show y'all with the chart what happened. I'm going to show y'all with the chart what was happening on today, and then we should be able to see. Well, no, it wasn't. It wasn't GBP USD. So what was something else then? Okay, I was looking. I'll find it, y'all. And when I find it, I'll let y'all know. So yeah, so that was the second thing. Now the third thing, for all my people who are into crypto, those of us, not just the people that trade, but I'm talking about those of us that invest. President Trump did talk a whole lot while he was campaigning. He was talking a whole lot about the crypto community and how he's going to be the first president to do all of these things in the crypto space, and talking about, putting into play for crypto investors to not have capital gains tax, and it's only for specific crypto projects. However, the point still remains, none of that stuff was mentioned during his address today, even though him and the First Lady both dropped meme coins yesterday, which, by the way, those meme coins have went down in price. Like, they plummeted tremendously. I know, like, Milani sometimes people, say stuff to us that is just to kind of, it's a business deal, to be honest. And I hope some of you, if you put your money into those meme coins, I hope y'all made some money, because like I told my small circle, I have an intimate circle of people that I talk to when we have our wealth masterminds, and I told them about the coins, and I said, I'm not telling you not to invest, but I will tell you this: following the history of this president as a businessman, the tendency to leave people hanging while he go and take his money, the tendency for him to leave people hanging is very high. so so I'm just saying, like, if you want to put your money behind that, hey, just use really great risk management and pay attention to your personal risk tolerance level, okay, and what your pockets can handle. You move accordingly to that, you should be fine. But I didn't invest because I just was like, nope, 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 nope. I'm not sitting here falling for the hype. Okay. So those were three things that I got from it. So what that tells me, y'all, and hopefully it tells you, which is something that in listening to him on his campaign trail, the 2025 trading watch list that I made available to people for free, it has some of these things on there for us to consider paying attention to. So, like, as traders, we could potentially, in the forex market, because they're looking at this whole energy emergency that wants to boost oil and gas, right? Well, guess what? We can trade oil. So now we may see more movement, more volatility, and less choppiness and less consolidation when it comes to trading oil. We may see more trending markets. Okay, trending markets are easier for beginners to trade. So this is something that if I were you and you've been trading for a while, you probably haven't been as consistent as you would like to, and you like oil, right? I would say study it and see if you start to see some fluid movement, trends and whatnot, and then you can move forward with that. Okay. Another thing is, he was talking about pretty much like, we're talking about going to Mars, right? This is what Elon Musk is saying. So that means that we should be looking more into space tech. So for my people who trade in the foreign exchange market, well, guess what? We can trade that has the space tech and things of that nature, right? That's included SPX500 and US 30. Those two. NAS 100 for sure. As well. But I'm gonna tell you something. Like, there are other companies outside of just the tech stuff that we can actually trade, or that are involved in the SPS 500, that we can trade in the forex space. So I would just tell y'all, not telling you what to do again. All I'm saying is these are just a couple of things that we can kind of pay attention to and consider when we're going to trade in 2025. Okay, so that's another one as well. And there's a bunch of y'all. So if you want access to that 2025 trading watch list specifically, because there's more than what I have that I'm going to show you here on the next slide. There's way more in there, and there's reasons for them in there. And then I give a bonus too. There's a couple of bonuses in there. Then you can I can add it to the description of this video. That's what I do. I add it to the description, y'all. So that way, if you want to get access to it, you can just click the link. Okay, that's what I do. So after this is over, I add it, and then y'all click on it if you want to get access to it and see what I put. Okay, but there's a reason for each one of those things that I put on there for us to watch out for. You just pick and choose what it is you are most interested in, what you like, and then move forward with that. Okay. So let me give y'all a quick little overview of the news for tomorrow. If you all want to um, know what is happening in the news, because that's going to help you with deciding if you're going to move forward with trading at your time that you normally trade. I know there are plenty of websites you all can use. I personally have been using ForexFactory.com for the past 6 years. That was one of the first websites I was introduced to. I've been introduced to other ones, but I like Forex Factory because for me, it's cut and dry. It's simple, it's easy. You can even click on the buttons and you get more information so that way you know why these things are important, right? So when you see these red folders like here, when you see these red folders, you know that that's high impact news. So there's a possibility that the market could turn around from whatever direction it is. There's a high probability of that happening. But there's also, so it's like a 50-50, y'all. It's a 50-50 chance that the market is going to continue to go in the direction that it's going at the time of that news. But there's also a 50% chance that it's going to go in the opposite direction because it's high impact news, okay? So this is what's happening tomorrow. You have the pound that has high impact news. You have the Canadian dollar that has CPI numbers coming out, as well as New Zealand, they have CPI numbers coming out. These are all high impact, okay? Then you also have medium impact, which is orange, right? That's still the pound. We have WEF annual meetings. You can actually click on the button to the right of this. Okay, it's going to have details at the top and it's going to be a folder. You can click on it and it's going to tell you what this actually is and why should traders care about this, okay? The euro, they have their economic sentiment. So that's in Germany. And then Canadian dollar, okay, that's the CPI, so CPI and everything. So here you go. So now looking at the days and the times, these times are Central Standard Time, y'all, because I'm in Louisiana. So when you look at it, more than likely it's going to have your time zone on there unless you change it, okay, to make it to have your time zone. But yeah, so these are the times, Central Standard Time, that this news is happening tomorrow. So if I were you and you know that you trade, let's say you trade London session and you were planning on trading the pound at 2 a.m., well, you may need to look and see, hey, has the movement kind of like steadied out so it's not as erratic or impulsive or whatever as it was at 1 a.m. Okay. So if you normally do 2 or 3 o'clock or whatever, and you normally do the pound at that time, you might want to just look at it before you go and make a decision. Okay. Same thing with the euro at 4 a.m. because that's a medium impact. Okay. So that's just tomorrow's news. So that way you all know what is going on coming up. I want to wrap this up, y'all, so that way I can get to the charts. Okay. Because oh my gosh, I'm already 30 minutes in. All right, here we go. So real quick, I talked to y'all about this last week. This is part of the Forex trading watch list that I'm going to be adding that link in the description of this video so that way you all can click on it. And I'll give you more detail on things. So these are the 4 that I'm personally focusing on this year. I know there are some people who trade oil. You can add that one. You can take something off of here and put oil in place of that. Or you can just trade oil only, okay? You can do US 30 only. It's totally up to you, okay? But these are just the top 4 for me. And there's reasons for me doing those things, which you see here, okay? I talked about this last week. I'm not going to go into this because I'm already 30 minutes in, and I did not realize it was 30 minutes, y'all. So let me keep it moving. So last week, we had our biggest movers. That was Bitcoin. Bitcoin prices shot up to over 11,000 pips, y'all, in the crypto market. And even today, it did like a little slight high, right? It went a little bit higher than the previous all-time high. So it surpassed 109,000. I think it was like, depending on the broker, some brokers it went to almost 110,000, but then some brokers it was like 109,000, 400-ish, 500-ish, and stuff. So it just depends on the broker. But yeah, so it did make a new all-time high. Wasn't that big of a percentage jump up, from the previous all-time high, but still a new all-time high was made today. But yeah, last week Bitcoin was just going and going, running up. GBP JPY outdid USDJPY again this week. Last week it did it. It went down. Prices went down 324 pips. And then the previous week, GBP/JPY outperformed USDJPY. And I'm talking about as far as movement goes in the market. Doesn't matter if it was up or down. But GBP/JPY moved more in the market than USDJPY did last week as well. US 30, those prices, just like Bitcoin, those prices rose over 1,700 pips last week in the market. So you looking at, if you traded US 30, then I'm pretty sure you guys had a really great payday. Okay, just like those of us that trade Bitcoin and other things of that nature. All right, so I'm pretty sure y'all smiling from ear to ear too. All right, so let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's share. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to get started with, excuse me. We're going to get started with marking our chart. So the first one I'm going to do, y'all, is go, because I said I wanted to fix it. Okay, so let me go ahead and fix it now. So we have a new week. So I need to update this. I can delete this now. And then I can update this. And if y'all have any questions while I'm doing this top-down analysis, by all means, chime in, type it in the chat. For those of you watching live, if you're watching a replay, you can do the same thing. Type your question or your comment in the chat. If this has been helping you, type that in the chat as well. If you're watching a replay, if you're watching it live, type that in the, wait, I said that backwards, right? My bad. I meant to say type it in the comments if you're watching a replay. Type it in the chat if you're watching live, right? So I'm going to delete that. And this is already blown past this, so I'm going to delete this too and get that out the way. Okay, there we go. Bam. So now I can see. All right. Yeah. So if y'all have any questions while I'm doing this top-down analysis, by all means, feel free to type your questions, type your comments, all that good stuff. Go ahead and do that, okay? And for those of you that are new to this YouTube channel and you're new to this market analysis, first of all, thank you for joining. I appreciate y'all. And if you're wondering, like, Leona, what are you doing? What's the top-down analysis? What I do is I go to higher time frames and I want to see where price has been. So I want to see how high price has been and how low price has been on the previous month, previous week, and the previous day. So right now, because this is the previous month high here and the previous month low is down there somewhere, I'm only doing the week because we're still in the month of January. It doesn't make sense for me to do the month high and low over again when we're not out of the month of January yet. Okay. So this is the previous week because this is the current week. So this is the previous week high, and then this is the previous week low. All right. I do that, and then I do go down to the day, and I'm going to do the same thing for the day. I want to see how high price has been, but also how low price has been. Okay. Oh, oops. And this is the previous day here. So I'm going to change this color and I'm going to get rid of this because I don't know what it's going to be yet. And then I'm going to adjust this because that was the previous day. All right, cool. So now I have this and then I could delete. I need to go back to the week. I thought I deleted the old one, but apparently I did not. We can't be doing that. Okay, there we go. Because I'm like, I have 3 blue lines. We can't have 3 blue lines on here. Throwing myself off. Okay. So now I have the previous month high, previous week high, previous day low, previous week low. So now I can look at this and say, you know what? Okay, I see price has been here before. So there's a potential for price to come back to this area. Okay, cool. That means I can use that as an area to say I want to use that for a break and close for an entry, or as a profit area, because price typically returns to areas that it's been at before. Okay. Not to say it stays there. It may wick it. It may sit there and close on it, or it may touch it and then just consolidate there for a long time. It could do anything. Okay. So that's why we just keep our eyes open. So I'm going to do the fib, and I'm going to use this previous week low here and then this previous week high, because this is where price pulled back and then pushed up. So I want to see if it's going to keep going or it's going to come back down. Like, what is it going to do? What are you going to do, gold? All right. And if there's something that you do that I'm not doing, by all means, feel free. You can share it with people. Okay. This isn't to say that we have to do what you're saying, just like you don't have to do what I'm saying I do. Okay. You can see if this makes sense to you, if you like it, if it helps you, by all means, run it. If it doesn't, and you're like, nope, this isn't for me, then that's fine. Okay. Here's something I had to learn, y'all, as a trader, while I'm marking up this field and I'm identifying my golden zone and my demand zone, right? So here's something I had to learn. Not everyone trades exactly the same. That does not mean that they're wrong. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that I'm wrong. And that doesn't mean that they're right. If they're getting the results that they want from the way that they trade, then guess what? It works for them. This is not to guarantee that it's going to work for me. It's not to guarantee that it's going to work for you. And this is why I always tell people, like, yo, like, I need you to do your own research, because just because something works for me doesn't mean it's a guarantee and it's a shoe-in for you. Because we all process information differently. We all apply information differently. You know what I'm saying? Some of us have more discipline than the other one. Some of us have more emotional intelligence and control than others. So your success is going to look a little bit different, or your struggle or challenges are going to look a little different than the next person. Okay. So hopefully when you're going into this market, you're keeping that all in mind. So you're not looking at anyone else's results and comparing yourself and saying you should be here, there, and everywhere, because somebody else is doing something that you desire to do, okay, or getting results that you desire to get. All right, cool. Now I'm off my soapbox. Let's get to it. We're on a 1 hour. This is the time frame that I typically trade. I do 1 hour because I trade candlestick patterns, y'all. That's what I do. All right. So what I'm looking for here, since we're at the month high and the week high, okay, I want to see price break and close above this. And then this way I can say, okay, cool. I can establish profit areas above here, because I know that there's more places that price is being above here. I can find some profit areas above this. But I want to see price break and close above this previous month high. And then, do a bit of a pullback, y'all. If it comes down, back down to it or below it or whatever, that's fine. Okay, but I just want to see price do a bit of a pullback. And then form a new bullish candlestick pattern, which is my green candles here. So if it does something like this again, that would be awesome. Okay, but I need price to break above here, close, then pull back, give me a sell candle or two, okay? And then form a new bullish candlestick pattern, something like this. That would be awesome. And when it does that, then that tells me, let's go, jump into the trade, okay? So if it does that, I'm going to have to go to the 4 hour. I already know. I'm probably going to have to go to a higher time frame than that to see if I can find where price has been up here. Okay, so I got it here. November of last year. And y'all, all of this is going to be dependent on your risk to reward as well. So if the risk to reward is not there and it's not a minimum 1 to 2, then if I were you, I would not take it. Okay. Again, I cannot tell you what to do because I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a licensed trader. I'm a student just like you. Okay. It's just I've probably been doing it a bit longer than you. That's more than likely the only difference. Okay. Been doing it a bit longer than you and had a bit more success over the long term. Right. Trying to find another one. I think it look like this one right here. Boop, boop. There we go. Okay. So yeah. So that's pretty much it, y'all. We just need to put in the work. We need to put in the time. And so I see 1, 2, 3. That's good. 1, 2, 3. All right. So I found 2 areas, and then I can use the bottom of this old imbalance too. I use the bottom of that. That could be my third one. Okay, cool. I don't know why I was about to do that when I could just press this button. Okay, so again, y'all, all of this is going to be dependent on the risk to reward. So this one right now is going to be my take profit one, but that's only if the risk to reward is there. So I'm going to put TP1 for 5, and then risk to reward 1 to 2. If that is it, cool, I'm keeping that. If it's not, y'all, I could use this second one that I'm going to create as TP2. I could use this one as my first take profit point, meaning price comes here and it gives me a risk to reward of 1 to 2, then I will be exiting the trade here in profit. Okay. So here's how I tell people these are things that I do. And it's totally up to you. You don't have to do what I do. Okay. But I'm telling you right now, this is an option. Okay. Look into it, see if it's for you. So let's say price does break and close, come down. This is retracement. Comes, starts back buying. The momentum is starting to pick up. Cool. Now you're like, all right, I'm getting in the trade, right? So I'm going to drop back down to the 1 hour real quick. So I'm dropping back down to the 1 hour. So let's say it's in here. All right. Your risk to reward, if it's not 1 to 2 at this line, where you can use this as a area to move your stop loss and turn this into your trailing stop. So once price clears here and it's going up, now your stop loss, instead of being down here somewhere or this previous week high, right? Instead of it being these areas, now your stop loss is moved from here and it's going to be up here, and you're securing profit because price is already still going up heading towards this take profit area, right? So you can do that and then just trail it up to the next one if that's what you want to do, or open up another position. Totally up to you how you trade. I don't do multiple opening. I don't do multiple positions, right? I don't do the whole scaling in and stuff. Nah, like once I'm in, I'm in. Okay. I just use my trailing stop loss, and then I have multiple accounts to where now if I want to trade something else, I can trade something else in that other account, right? That's pretty much how that goes. All right, cool. So these are if these profit areas are if a buy occurs, buy momentum is there, we have our break and close above this month high. So I'm going to put this here. I need price to break and close. Oops. Break and close for buy. Break and close above, my bad. Break and close above for buy. Okay, cool. All right, so I need that to break and close. Price to break and close above this for buy. And then I'm looking to the left and I'm seeing like, ooh, okay, so price played around here on this day low. I mean, day high. So I'm going to need this to be my break and close for close below for sale. Okay. Could I do it earlier earlier than that? Yeah, but price stayed here. So if price breaks below this, where an area where it just hovered and hovered and hovered, hovered, finally broke above. If it breaks below this, then they're telling me, yeah, we got a sale going on. Okay, so we had it. Cool. Then I can look here. I see a bunch of activity. I'm gonna change it to a line chart just to verify. So I got 1, 2. That one was close. 3, 4, and then this one kind of pushed through it a bit. So this is good. I'm already here. So looks like this. Let me see if it's anything else over here. That one was close. Let's see. Okay, so I got this one. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So it's right above the golden zone, but it's all good. Okay. So now I have 1, 2, and then I'm gonna do this day low as a profit area number 3. So when it break and close, oops, what in the world? What did I do? No, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do it on this one. That was such an accident. Okay. Okay, there we go. All right, so I need it to break and close below here. I need to do the same thing. If it come down here and then pull back up a bit, okay, and then forms a new bearish candlestick pattern, cool. I need this. If this is gonna be my take profit one for the sale, then I need for the risk to reward to be at least a 1 to 2. If it's not a 1 to 2, this won't be it. This will be like my what trailing stop area. I'm gonna move my stop loss to here, and then I'm gonna just let it trail after that. Okay, set it up to trail after that. All right. So if that's the case, then this one that I'm identifying as TP2, this would be my actual take profit point. Okay, I need to fix that right here. Oops. All right, so this would actually be my take profit point. So again, price needs to break and close below this previous day low here. Oops. Price needs to break and close below this previous day low here. Okay, it pulls back up a little bit. All right, or all the way, doesn't matter. Forms a new bearish candlestick pattern and it confirms below here. Now I can take this down. If this is not a risk to reward of 1 to 2, and this is, then guess what I'm using? This as my take profit point. This is going to be where I will move my stop loss once price continues to push down. Okay, so if it comes back up and hits here, I've still made money no matter what. Okay, so that is it for gold. Screenshot that thing. I'm going to save it. So now we have gold. All right. Next up is going to be USDJPY, and then we're going to end with I want to do Bitcoin, y'all, because I want y'all to see how it's been moving. And then I can mark it up. For sure. Okay, so let's do this. I don't know what this is. I'm not going to do that. There's a stop loss. Okay, I can't do it. Let me get this out the way. All right, so I'm going to move this down. This is my previous week high here. Okay, and then I'm going to delete whatever this is in here. And then lock it. And then again, same thing. Finding my previous week low. Now, as I'm doing this, oh well, I'm going to delete this. See, I normally lock this stuff, but for whatever reason, I didn't lock it. I don't know why. No clue why I didn't lock it. Okay. So yeah, as I'm doing this top-down analysis, if this is helping you, if you're like, oh man, this makes much more sense, then let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. And also, if you're watching a replay, you can let me know in the comments. And plus, y'all, if it's helping you, it's probably going to help someone else. It doesn't matter if they watch it or tell you, they talk to you about it or whatever, y'all. Just do your part. Share. Share, share, share. Okay? Whether they watch it or not is not your concern. All you know is I did my part because I figured this would help you. Okay? All right, so now I did my month, my week, and my day top down analysis. Now I'm going to go to this 4 hour, and price did not stick to that, so I'm going to delete that. And it looks like USDJPY on the 4 hour looks like it wants to push down. It did feel an imbalance that was here. It finally felt an imbalance that was here. I'm gonna show y'all real quick, and then I'm gonna move on. Okay, this is an imbalance. So this, where is it? This one actually, this candle filled it. Okay, so it attempted, didn't fill, attempted, didn't fill, got in there, didn't fill, got in there, didn't fill, finally filled. Okay, so we could see price continue to push down. And then there's a little imbalance here, just a little one. Okay, I'm gonna move this over some so you can see. Come on, get it together. There we go. Okay, so yes, this is a tiny imbalance here. So price could come down here, fill this one, and then go back up. Okay. For my people who do like chart patterns and stuff, you may see the formation. For me, it looks like I'm not a chart pattern person, y'all. So don't come for me with that. I do candlesticks, but I do remember, okay, I do remember a bit of head and shoulders, okay? So this almost to me, from what I remember, looks like the head and shoulders is being formed. I could be wrong because, again, chart patterns is not my strength. And if you're like, no, Leona, that's not it. Well, tell me what it is. If it is a chart pattern, I remember y'all told y'all I'm a student just like y'all. Okay, the only difference is I've been doing this a bit longer. There are some things that are my strong suits, and there are some things that I don't really put that much emphasis on in studying. So I'm not like on point with that particular thing. Okay, and I have no problem with sharing that with anybody because, again, you're not gonna get everything right. You're not gonna have every single thing down all the time. But trust me, what I do know, what I do have, it works. Okay. So yeah, so this is a bit of an imbalance here. So price could come down here, push up, and then finish moving down. Okay. It could keep going down. And that's only if the yen maintains more strength than the US dollar. That's the only way that'll happen. Right now, I would not be considering buying USDJPY at all unless the US dollar like really gets strong, and I could see that happening. Okay. So yeah. So I'm gonna go to the 1 hour. I'm not gonna do a fib on here because I don't really have anything to tell me right now for the sale. I could do this buy here. Let me see. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I could do this one and it went up here. Yes, it's in the 5618 right now. 50%, 61.8. See? So it could be coming down. Let's see. And that's around, this is in that area for that imbalance, y'all. Oops, wrong button. Wrong button. I got out of it. Where's my thing at? There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. Yep, because this is in that area for that imbalance. And then I'll go to the 1 hour and we'll establish our potential profit areas. Okay, what we're looking for. Okay, cool. So the only way I could see the buy is, like I said, that imbalance here, a little small imbalance here. Well, this is in the demand zone, that imbalance. So price coming here and push back up. Yep, I can see me buying. Okay. So let's see if the juice would be worth the squeeze for a sale if price clears here and breaks and close below here. So let me do this. This is where we're at right now. So let's say price breaks and close below this previous week low here. Then I will need to see price come down, do a bit of a retracement, and then go. Okay, go back down in a bearish candlestick pattern. So I'm going to do this. I need to see break and close, break and close below for sale. Okay, bam, and then we can see TP1 for sale, but we need the risk to reward to be a minimum of 1 to 2. If it's not a 1 to 2 here, then guess what we do? We're going to do the same thing for here. TP2 for sale, and prayerfully, the risk to reward is 1 to 2 here. Okay, so if the risk to reward is not a 1 to 2 here, after that break and close, and it forms a new bearish candlestick pattern. If it's not a risk to reward of 1 to 2 here, then what we could do is we use this as our profit area, and then our stop loss will go from being up in here somewhere to here once price has surpassed this area. Okay, and if it comes back up, it doesn't matter. We still make money. All right, totally up to you. You can do what you want to do. Do what you want to. All right, so that's the sale. Now let's say it buys. I would be waiting for a price to break and close above here. Okay, so I'm going to make a line here. It's going to be a white line. Not going to be a dash line either. And I'm going to say break and close. Oops, break and close above for buy. Okay, and then we can look at how many pips from here to here. So I would dare say here, this 27. Okay, so if you're a scalper, you probably do that. That's 30. Okay, that's 36 right here. So I could do this, and then the second one would be the next one. So TP1, TP1 for a buy. We need the risk to reward to be a minimum of 1 to 2. If it's not, then this one would be our next one. Hopefully that is a risk to reward of 1 to 2. Okay, so if this isn't it, but this is, then you're going to use this as your moving your stop loss to here, and then let it trail to your next areas. Okay, and then we're going to do one more, since looks like price has the potential, if it buys, to go to TP3 for a buy. Okay, cool. So now, again, same thing. I want to see price come up, pull back some, and then take off in a new bullish candlestick pattern. All right. So now, screenshot, move this up a little bit. Bam, there you go. So now we have gold, we have USDJPY. Both have a buy and a sell area where we're looking for break and close either above or below. And then the last one I want to do, y'all, is Bitcoin, because I want y'all to see. Listen, y'all, this is the second all-time high that happened. today, I'm telling y'all now, all I'm doing, I'm looking for sales. I'm personally looking for a sale with Bitcoin, period. Like at a bare minimum, I would be anticipating Bitcoin pushing down into this golden zone here. A really good day would be it pushes all the way down into this demand zone, which are these two green dotted lines. Okay, that's what I want to see. That would be awesome. That would be absolutely amazing, because that means I'm gonna have a really, really great trading week. Real talk. That means I will have a really, really great trading week. Okay. So let me move this out the way. So let me update this, do my previous week high and low and all good stuff. Okay. And then I gotta make this wider because that's not looking good for me. Okay. And I'm curious, I want to know what y'all are trading. Can y'all type it in the chat for those of you watching live? If you're watching a replay, by all means, put it in the comments. But I want to know, what are y'all trading? Like, what are y'all focused on? Because there's some of us that trade just one thing a lot, like super heavy. And then other things like, okay, here, there, and every, here and there. But then there are some people, it's like, no, I got two things that I trade for sure, no matter what. So let me know what y'all trading. Okay, so I have the previous week high, previous week low. Now I'm gonna do the day. So I'm gonna change this to yellow because this is today. And then I'm going to move this. Delete that because I don't know what's gonna happen with that. Okay. All right, so now I have my day high and low identified. I want to just see. Okay, yeah. So I just recently did that. Okay, cool. So 4 hour, I'm looking for price has been selling. It has a bearish engulfing. It confirmed that bearish engulfing, and we've been seeing a sale happen. Okay, y'all. The way I trade this too. This is the time that I use the EMA, because I want to make sure I use it. The 50 EMA. I want to make sure that I have my sale. So I need the candles for a sale. I need the candles to be under my EMA, my 50 EMA. If I'm buying, I want the candles above my 50 EMA. All right. That's something I learned like some years ago, like 2020, 2021 is when I really like traded, started trading like that. On a 15-minute more so than an hour. But even now, when we doing the candlestick patterns, I keep the 50 EMA because I'm like, yeah, I just want to make sure candles are below for my sell, above for my buy. Okay. So as long as the candles stay below this 50 EMA, we have our sale. I just don't want it to go straight. I don't want it to flatline, y'all. I don't want it to flatline. Okay. So looking at this, if you have not been in a sale already, I would not enter a sale for Bitcoin at this point. If you're not already in a sale, I would not enter until it has surpassed. Let me look to the left a bit before I say that. I'm gonna draw a line at what I'm looking at. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So I was looking here because it did a bit. It have consolidated here, but price attempted to come up. It didn't quite do it. It came up and then it sat here, and then it came down. It broke, but then guess what? It pierced it, sat here, pushed up. And so if you have not already been in a sale, and you're not in profit yet, don't get into a sale right now, okay? I will wait for price to break and close below this. I'm changing this to a white line, and then I'm going to put break and close below for sale, okay? And even still, if you're not scalping it, then you may want to wait for it to break below that previous day low. Okay, if you're not scalping it. If you are scalping it, cool. You know what to do. One second, y'all. Okay. So I got that. And then my first take profit point. Because Bitcoin has like really big moves. You can have one very large impulsive candle. So let's see, from here to here, that is, oops, the day low. That is roughly 1,600 pips. Okay, so if your risk to reward is there, by all means, just use this. So I'm put that on here. TP, I did it again. I keep doing that. TP1 for sale. We need the risk to reward to be minimum 1 to 2. Oh my gosh. Slow down. All right, cool. Then this will be our second take profit. Second. Now this one definitely should be risk to reward 1 to 2. Should, depending on the movement, the body of the candle. Okay, should. And it looks like there is an area before this demand zone here, which is, I'm gonna make this a bit wider because this is hurting my eyes looking at this so small. Let's see. Looks like right here, the price has set. Price set here, came up, set here, came up, set here, like kept hitting resistance, right? Yeah. So I could, let me see. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. All I need is a second. I could do the line chart to help me. Help me, please, to be faster. Yep, that's it. My eyes did not deceive me. Okay, cool. All right, so I have a bunch of profit areas for sale, y'all. A bunch. So here you go. Again, y'all, I'm not telling you what to do. You can choose to look at this and say, you know what? I see why she has these areas marked for sale. Or no, I don't see why she has these areas marked for sale. Do what you will with this information, okay? TP5. Golly, slow down, Leona. Yeah, I'm ready to lay down. That's why. That's all. It's okay. TP6 for sale. Okay. Bam. Now, if for some reason Bitcoin does not do this, okay, and it pushes up, I would not do a buy. I already see it here, but I'm gonna look to the left. Yeah. Okay. So I would not look for a buy unless two things has to happen. This price breaks and close above here, plus the EMA must be below the candlesticks. Okay, so that's the only way I could see me looking for a buy. Okay, so there's two things that must happen for me to think about a buy for Bitcoin. One, breaking close above here. Two, my EMA, my 50 EMA must be below my candlesticks. All right, that's what I need. If it does not do that, I cannot, I will not, I shall not enter a trade for a buy for Bitcoin. Okay, and I'm going to identify my take profit. So I have 1, 2, all of this. All of this. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to be 4 profit areas. Again, y'all, make sure your risk to reward is there. Okay? For buy, risk to reward, 1 to 2. Oops. I thought I had it. I wasn't going to make a mistake, and then I did. I thought I was going to be able to do it. Okay? And then this one. All right. And then this one. This new all-time high that happened today. This will be TP4 for buy. Okay. Bam. So that's what we need to see happen. I'm going to shrink this a bit so y'all can see. We got a bunch of, oh no, I thought I had 6. That does not say 6. All right, cool. So we got a bunch here. Okay. So we got 6 for the sale, 4 for the buy. Okay. Screenshot. That's it. That's all. And I will do SPX500, but I'm already like 19 minutes over. I really want to keep going, but that's it. That's all I can do right now, y'all. Okay. So hopefully that helped. If it helped you, let me know. Please type it in the chat. If you're watching, for those of you watching live, type it in the comments. For those of you watching the replay, share. Hit the thumbs up here on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button if you have not done so yet, and that notification bell if you have not done so yet, because you want to know when I am live doing these analysis, and of course, talking about other things pertaining to the foreign exchange market for all my traders out there. Okay, so let's wrap this up with what we are going to be offering. If you are new, like brand spanking new to the forex market, you're curious about it, you don't really understand it, but you're like, you know what, I want to learn, I'm willing to learn, or at least just see if it's for me, y'all, for the new year. Okay, for this month, I'm offering this starter kit for $29.99. Y'all, that's a Starbucks run for me. I don't know what your vice is, but Starbucks is always has been my vice for a few years, and that's a Starbucks run for me. So if I say, listen, cut your vice for one day, and it equals $30, then trust me, that $30 will be worth it to see if forex trading is something that you are serious about, like you really want to learn or willing to learn. And if you find that, you know what, maybe this isn't the right time because of scheduling and whatnot with your work, with your job, with your business, with your family, whatever it may be, then guess what? That's $30 that you would have spent on something that isn't going to give you value, or that's going to, continue to produce something positive in your life for the remainder of your life. Okay. So, $30 for me, it's not a lot. To some people, it may be. It all depends on you. We also have the Day Trading 101. That's for people who know they want to learn. You're new, you don't really know a lot about forex. You have a little understanding, but you're like, nope, I want to learn more. And you're fine with self-paced. Both of these are self-paced because I want to make sure that people who are busy have the time to work on this skill by themselves according to their schedule, right? So If you know that that's you, then you can also scan this QR code and you can just click the second button, I believe, for the Day Trading 101. Okay. And that's like over 15 hours of trading information that broken down into different chapters and modules and whatnot, just like the FOREX Starter Kit is. There are also homework assignments for the Day Trading 101, and I'm considering adding something else to it, but people that purchase, they'll be able to see that bonus, right? But there are a bunch of bonuses in the Day Trading 101 as well, because it is a 30-day trading program. So you should be able to, after that 30 days, you should be like, it makes sense. I have an understanding. I have my broker account set up. I have, I have my demo. I've been trading in my demo, so on and so forth. And then you should be working on getting the results in your demo account, so that way you can establish when you're going to go live, meaning putting your hard-earned money into a broker account of your choice, right? So those are just a couple of things that's out there for you right now, for my people who are super busy and want to learn this skill at their own pace. Okay. Now, for my people who are saying, hey, Leona, I want to do something with you. Like I need some one-on-one. I need my hand held. I need to be able to ask questions live right then, right there. Y'all, I'm gonna tell you, I normally do a 90-day trading boot camp, but time is very precious, and so some people don't value that. Some people don't believe that, and at this point, I'm being a bit more cautious and more intentional on how I spend my time. So to get one-on-one or to learn with me live outside of this, people have to qualify. Okay. I got to make sure that you're a good fit for me, but also making sure that I'm a good fit for you. Okay. So we're not wasting each other's time. So there will be a process in order to do that. Okay. So if you are curious about that and you're like, no, Leon, I really am serious, I want to learn, then I would say go to my email that's down in the description of this video, and then you can send an email requesting the form to complete, and then we'll go through that process from there. Okay. And you'll get notified if you're going to move forward, or if it's, hey, look, I can refer you to someone else that may be able to help you with what you're looking for, because we may not be a good fit for each other. Okay. And there may be someone else out there for you to give you what it is you're looking for. Right. So that's it. That's all on that. Next live market analysis, y'all, is next week, Monday. Okay. January 27th, 2025. Y'all, we're going to be back here at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. Y'all, put this on your calendar. If you know that you want to learn with me, if you know that you want to set yourself up for the week and you hadn't had the time to do it on Sunday, and you're like, you know what, I'm up, let me go ahead, set your alarm, put this on your calendar, and then I want to see you here next week at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Pacific. So that's all I have, y'all. Remember what the legend Arthur Ashe told us, and that is to start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. Y'all have a wonderful evening. I will see y'all back here next Monday, same time, same YouTube channel, getting into these markets. So good luck. Have a really great trading week, and I'll see y'all next week.